Go again. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to the Cabo Booker Show. Back again in a new year, hanging out, doing my thing. And you know my thing. We're right here. I gotta love it. So, we're gonna let this jam for a second because y'all know me. I gotta let this jam for a second. Then we're gonna get into some new stuff. New year, same old BS from the politicians, and it really ain't much changed, has it? I mean, I guess we did make it through 2012, like the movie, and like the Mayans predicted we wouldn't, although we all know that truly is a fallacy. But nonetheless, we made it. It's 2013. You guys better start writing a new movie. I don't know what that little static is in there for a second on my song, but I don't like it. I'm gonna have to do something. Got some new music for 2013. The 1-3. Moving into my 40th year on this planet. Still hadn't learned much. Ain't that the way it goes? Alright, there we go. I made it through mine, so I guess we'll do something different now. We got a little stuff to talk about. First of all, it is a new year. Happy New Year for all the people that listen to the show. I appreciate it. And I think it's time for me to remind you what this show is about. This show actually is about very little, just to be honest with you. A lot of people come on to Spreaker and all these other places, and I am guilty of it myself. Sometimes on my show, sometimes with Chris Dandy. But they come on here and they preach and just force politics or religion or whatever it is down your throat. And I'm just not that guy. I'm just not. I mean, honestly, I am not here for all that. I'm here because everybody needs a small break from maturity once in a while. And this is where you get it. For instance, you get this with me, and you won't hear that on most radio shows, just to be honest with you. They're all too serious. They want to make it something and make a point, an impact. And I'm with that, man. I'm cool with it. You know, if I can make an impact on people's lives, I'm all about it. Let's do it. However, I'm not here to cram something down your throat, try to force you to think a certain way or whatever. I will throw my opinions out there, and believe you me, I have plenty of opinions. But that doesn't mean you have to listen to my advice. The real reason that I come on the radio is because I find great joy in it. And occasionally I make myself laugh. And occasionally, I've heard, I make other people laugh. And that's fantastic. But anyway, that's why I'm here. Just for the fun of it. Just because it's a nice place for me to vent out some of the shit that I deal with in the course of a day or a week. Or in this case, what feels like a month. It's been so long since I've been on here. You know how the holidays go. But that's just things that happen. So we're going to jump through here real quick, let you find out how to get in touch with us and how to listen to the show if you don't want to listen from where you're listening or if you're going to be on the go or whatever. And then we're going to get right into it. Here we go.
Hey everybody, Kevo Booker here. Don't forget to keep up with the crazies. Follow Audacity_radio on Spreaker.com, Facebook.com, and Twitter. Or subscribe in the podcast section of the iTunes store. Contact us at audacityradio@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out audacityradio.com.
Alright, so that's how to keep in touch, how to keep up with the crazies. However, most of the crazies are out of the loop right now. I had every intention the other night of coming on here. I had been on Bob Brutus's new show on Spreaker, which is Waking Up the Masses. All one word, Waking Up the Masses. And called in, talked to him for a little while, mostly about the Second Amendment and gun control and what have you. If you didn't get to tune in, it is on demand. You can check it out. I think the name of that episode was The Daily Howl. Ow! And all that good stuff. But nonetheless, here I am. And Chris Dandy's still being put down and hung up and stuck with the kids and family thing and all that fun stuff. And I don't know where the hippie is. Probably somewhere hunkered down, making $1 or hanging out with his kid. So it's hard to say, man. We're all spread out all over the place right now. That's just sort of the way it goes around this time of year, though. But we're going to get into it anyway. First thing I have to touch base on, we've got new followers since the last time I was on the air. First follower is my new pal, Christopher McGraw, hanging out in North Cali, who's got his own show on Spreaker and on Google Circles. So you can check him out, figure out how to get in touch with him. He basically just goes on and talks about whatever's on his mind at the time with a group of people. So it's an interesting concept. So what up, Christopher? Welcome to the Audacity_radio family. Second in line, what's up, nephew? My boy, Austin Dixon, jumped on board. Now he's following us. This kid just got back from a snowboarding trip with not one broken bone, so good job for you. And straight out of one of my favorite places, especially one of my favorite places in the southeast, right there on the St. Johns River, Guy Shea. Now I'm saying Guy because you're from America. Now, he could be a Frenchman that moved here, in which case he's probably Guy Shea. But I'm going with Guy. So, what up, Guy? Welcome. And that's got the newbies out of the way for the moment. Now, I got to get into something. I was in Atlanta, went down and watched the Chick-fil-A Bowl with LSU and Clemson. Quite probably the best football game I've ever seen live, to be honest with you. It was over the top. Last 2 seconds of the ball game, Clemson calls a timeout, kicks the game-winning field goal. Fantastic. However, I know a lot of you aren't necessarily football fans, so we're going to get to the good point of this. Now, I'm in Atlanta with my wife, so of course we're going shopping. That's just how it is. You learn these things as you have been married for a little while, if you intend to stay married for a little while. Anyway, we go to the mall. I'm trying to eat lunch, which is tough enough with mall food. I mean, there's nothing really spectacular about mall food. It's maybe a half step up from just general fast food. But you go to one of these Japanese or Chinese eateries, it's mass produced. It's not what I have come to expect out of food. So I'm already just barely enjoying this, okay? Then I look up. I'm walking down the mall beside, right where we're sitting, is this girl. She has to have weighed every bit of 250 pounds. I mean, big old chick. However, her legs look like toothpicks because she's wearing plus-sized skinny jeans. Now, what the hell is that, man? Plus-sized skinny jeans? Are you serious?
You fucked it up! You fucked it up!
Yes, you absolutely did. That's not the kind of shit anybody wants to see. Nobody wants to see that. Look, it's a fact, especially in this country, there are a whole lot of obese, overweight people. If you are obese and overweight and aren't willing to get on the treadmill or the stair climber or whatever the hell it is, I'm not going to hold that too much against you. I'm not going to hold anything else against you either. I wish I had my rim shot pulled up for that one. Nonetheless, if you are that big, you have to have the common sense, first of all, and secondly, the common courtesy, okay, to not wear some skinny jeans. And whoever came up with plus-size skinny jeans to begin with needs the hell knocked out of them. I mean, I don't care if you need to make money for your company. Don't make it that way. We don't need to be subjected to that. I mean, this girl was like 4 feet wide at the ass and had on jeans she probably had to squeeze her foot through the bottom of. Oh, man. All I could think was that famous line from Chris Dandy, "What has been seen cannot be unseen." And good Lord. So it ruined my appetite, as you may well have imagined. That was it. My already mediocre Chinese food, and now I've got to deal with this too? Come on, man. Get serious. Anyway, that's awful, okay? If you're a big person, overweight person, dress accordingly, alright? I promise you. Nobody wants to see that. I don't care if you have a 120-pound boyfriend that's like 5'7". He doesn't want to see that shit either. I mean, that's why he probably is turning out the lights when y'all get into bed together. And if he's not, well, you got bigger issues because this dude's crazy. Nonetheless, we're going to move on. That was all I wanted to say. The plus-size skinny jeans, a terrible conundrum. I have no desire to see that ever again. Ever. And I mean that. Ever. And it is funny. I try to do that all serious without laughing, but the truth is, that shit is funny. It's not cool, but it is funny. So, we're going to move on now and talk about a season renewal of... What? Oh, a season renewal